That's definitely probably some of the worst eyeliner I've ever done, but it's fine. Hello, today I'm doing something a little bit different. I am fresh-faced because I'm doing a makeup video, but it's a little different. I'm not just doing a tutorial, I am doing a makeup in books tag. So with each piece of makeup that I do as I get ready, I'll be answering a question about books. So let's get started. So the first step in makeup is primer, and I have this Wet n Wild Photo Focus matte primer. I'll be honest, this is the very first time I'm ever using primer. See, still got the thing on it. We will see if it's something I actually like to do. I don't know, everyone says to do it, so here I am. The question that goes along with primer is pick a book that left a lasting impression on you. And for me, the very obvious answer is The Book Thief. That is my favorite book of all time. It is so beautiful, and it's one that I think that like I tell everyone to read. It's just, I just love it so much. I think Liesel's story is a really important one, and I really like the message about, you know, the power of words. Next in the tag is foundation, and I'm currently using this Born This Way foundation in shade Almond. I really like it. It's definitely expensive, but I wanted a more full coverage foundation, so I really like this one. Taking my beauty blender and just putting that on. The question that goes with foundation is pick your favorite first book in a series. And for some reason this was a really hard question for me. Like I couldn't think of one. So I ended up going with City of Bones because I really like that book, and I flew through it. I don't know, but I really don't know if I would actually consider it my favorite in the series, but it's definitely a good start to the series. And then I picked another one because I wasn't sure about the answer of City of Bones. I chose The Red Pyramid, which is the first book in the Red Pyramid series by Rick Riordan. I really loved that one. I'm going to go a little out of order on the original steps just so I can do my makeup in the steps that I usually do. And so next is eyebrows. I've been using this Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer pencil in blonde lately. I also have the Gel Pot by Anastasia, but I just sort of like this one lately because it's a lot lighter of a look, and I've been liking a more natural look. Especially today I'm doing a super easy natural look. But the question that goes along with eyebrows is a book that you think everyone should read. I chose a couple because my first answer is always Book Thief, and I already answered that for one, but I really do think Book Thief is one that everyone should read. I'm very adamant about that. And then I also chose Wonder, which is something I read pretty recently, but I really love that, and I think that's a really beneficial read for everyone, but especially for young children. I think it really opens their eyes up to how diverse the world is. And then I picked a third one, which is something I literally just read last month, and that was A Wrinkle in Time. And I know I read it as a younger kid, and I just couldn't remember anything though. And I reread it because of the movie coming out, and I think it's just such a magical, fantastical read. I just think everyone should experience it, and it does really have a very nice like theme of like loving yourself, and it was just a really sweet read. That's about as good as my brows are going to get. So next I do concealer. Usually I do eyebrows first and then concealer, so I can cover up the mistakes I made on my eyebrows because they are not the thing I am best at. So I'm using this Pro Concealer by LA Girl. The question that goes with concealer is pick a character you wish you could get rid of. At first this question was a bit hard because, I don't know, I feel like all characters have their place and their purpose in the story, and like, I don't know, if the author put them there, they're supposed to be there. But that being said, I messed that up. Jonathan in Outlander, while he does have a purpose in being the main villain and such, I hate him. The next step in my routine, which is not in the questions, but I'm going to do it anyway, and I'll just show you what I'm doing. I'm just setting my brows with clear brow gel, and this is the one by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't know if this actually does anything, but I do it every day anyway. Next step is powder, and I'm using the Ulta Mineral Foundation in Fair. I tend to focus my powder just like in this zone, because I do get, with some of the medications I'm on right now, it makes, or like some of the lotions, the outside of my face gets really dry, so I try not to put powder on those areas. The question for powder is pick your favorite last book in a series. For some reason this was another one that was hard for me. I just thought of one off the top of my head that's not in my notes. Sorry if the angle has slightly changed. I had to restart my camera. Anyway, for powder, which I just finished, one of my favorites is obviously Deathly Hallows, just because it's Deathly Hallows and I really love it. Next step that I'm doing also is not in the tag that I'm going off, but I'm going to use a little bronzer. I have the Hoola Benefit bronzer in, I have no idea what color this is in, but it's in this one. Next step that I'm doing today is highlight, and I'm using this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea highlight palette in Skin Twinkle Volume 2. It has the best colors, and I'm going to use this one called Daylight. It is my favorite. The question that goes along with highlight is pick a book that brightened your day. I feel like all books sort of, that's a lot, all books sort of brighten my day a little, but I'm going to go with sort of a very vague answer in that, like, books by Rick Riordan, just because they make me laugh so much, and all of them are like that. I think Magnus Chase might be the funniest, but I love all of them, and they all just really brighten my day. Now I'm moving on to eyeshadow, and I do my eyeshadow different every day, but today in particular I'm doing a really easy look where I'm not even using eyeshadow. I'm taking my bronzer and just grabbing a fluffy brush. Which one do I want? This one. And just sort of moving that on the lid and up into the crease just for a really simple, natural look. The question for eyeshadow is pick a book that has your favorite colors on the cover. I think my favorite color is blue, more specifically like a TARDIS blue. So a book that I recently acquired that has a very pretty blue cover is Zenith by Sasha Owlsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I really, really love the color of that cover. I think it's so gorgeous. And then another one, also I got pretty recently, is the special edition of City of Bones for the anniversary. That's another really pretty blue. And then the next thing I do for eyes on these sort of lazy, not really doing eyeshadow days is I take the highlight palette again and do the same color I used on my cheeks and put that just directly in the middle of my lid. Next step is eyeliner, which I don't usually do with this look, but why not today? And I'm using, I have no idea, I think this is an e.l.f. eyeliner. I don't know. It's like one of the marker ones and it still works, so I still use it. Question for eyeliner is pick a dark and mysterious book. I chose The Night Circus, which is a book I read last year. I can't do eyeliner and talk about books at the same time. I answer the question first. I chose The Night Circus because I was just like intrigued about what it was the whole time, and I really like was unsure of what was going on, but I really liked it, and it was definitely dark and mysterious. Plus, the cover is also dark and mysterious. I just realized I skipped blush, but I don't really wear blush, so I'll just answer the question as I curl my eyelashes. It is pick a book that had some cringe-worthy romance. I really like romance. I don't know if I would call it cringe-worthy. But I chose two books. I chose Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda because the romance in that story is just adorable. And then I also chose Eleanor and Park because they're also just a really cute. Next is mascara, and this is actually a new mascara I just got yesterday by Rimmel London. It is Scandalized Retro Glam, and it says pick a long book, and for me, obviously, that answer is Outlander. That is an incredibly long book. They're all really long. They have, the two I've read so far have taken me a month each to read, which is a long time for me, but I still really, really love them. The very last thing is lipstick, and I'm using this Kat Von D lipstick in Lovecraft. It's just a very nice pink that goes really nice on with my skin tone. And the last question is pick your favorite book kiss, and there's a lot of big ones from over the years that I have read. Yep, okay. Don't talk and put lipstick on. But I think my two top ones are Percy and Annabeth in the underwater kiss in Lost Olympian, because that is just the best, and then also Ron and Hermione's kiss in Deathly Hallows. I think you cannot get better than those two, like, epitome of couples in like YA. To finish off, I just spritz a little setting spray, or a lot, okay. Okay, so that is the finished look and the finished video for the Makeup and Books tag. It was a lot of fun. I do think I'm going to start doing a lot more booktube stuff on this channel, just because that's what I love to watch and it's what I really love to create. So yeah, that is the end of the video. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Check out the links to my Instagrams, including my Bookstagram, in the description below, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!